Hello and welcome to the newsroom. I am Joy Uchejim and these are the headlines we're tracking at the moment. The Kogi State Police Command has said its operatives on Monday foiled two kidnapping attempts on 23 passengers along the Lokoja-Kaba Road. A statement issued on Monday by the State Police Public Relations Officer William Aya stated that the operation was part of sustained efforts to rid Kogi State of all forms of crime and criminality. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has arrested a former chief financial officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL), Umar Issa, over an alleged $7.2 billion fraud linked with the rehabilitation of the Kaduna, Warri, and Port Harcourt refineries. The anti-graft agency also apprehended a former managing director of Warri Refinery, Jimo Olasukomi. And Governor Uba Sani of Kaduna State has confirmed the arrest of 22 suspects in connection with the killing of 12 Kaduna indigents in Plateau State. The victims were reportedly ambushed and killed last Saturday while traveling through the Mangu local government area of Plateau State on their way to a wedding in Kwanpan local government area. Speaking during a visit to the injured survivors receiving treatment at the 44 Nigerian Army Reference Hospital in Kaduna, Sani condemned the attack as barbaric. And Brazilian Vice President Geraldo Alckmin arrived in Abuja on Tuesday for the second session of the Nigeria-Brazil Strategic Dialogue Mechanism aimed at strengthening bilateral relations between both nations. Accompanied by his wife, Maria Lucia Alckmin, the vice president touched down at the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, where top Nigerian officials received him. And Vice President Kashim Shettima has said that Africa's future economic success depends on its ability to integrate the informal sector into the formal intra-African trade framework. Shettima stated this while declaring open the 4th African Union Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Forum in Abuja. While he said the framework could be achieved, particularly through the African Continental Free Trade Area, he warned that if Africa failed to harness the potential in the informal sector for small businesses to grow, the continent would keep going around the same cycle of despair. And on the foreign scene, United States President Donald Trump says a ceasefire between Iran and Israel was enforced on Tuesday, urging both sides to not violate it on the 12th day of the war between the two arch foes. The U.S. leader had earlier said the truce would be phased 24 hours process beginning on Tuesday, with Iran unilaterally halting all operations first. He said Israel will follow suit 12 hours later. And finally, on sports, Brazilian side Botafogo booked their place in the last 16 of the Club World Cup despite a 1-0 defeat to Atletico Madrid, which was not enough to prevent the Spaniards crashing out. Atletico routed a 4-0 by Paris Saint-Germain in their opening game of the tournament, went into the final round of Group B fixtures knowing they would likely need a big win to advance. Now, with PSG defeating the Seattle Sounders 2-0 elsewhere in Group B, that task proved beyond Diego Simeone's men in another sweltering midday kickoff in front of fans at the Pasadena Rose Bowl. And those are the major stories from our newsroom at the moment. We'll bring you more updates at the top of the hour.